Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I'm Ashley, and by the time you're seeing this video, it will be near enough time for me to leave to go to Malawi. And I'm not sure to make this into a mini-series or not. However, I thought it'd be best to show you what I am taking with me to Malawi, and the big task is I'm only taking travel size luggage. And the big task is I am only taking handheld luggage. Yes, you heard me right. I'm only taking a small suitcase and a small backpack, but not for 1 week, not for 2 weeks, but for 3 weeks in Malawi. For those who may or may not know, I am going to be doing some conservation work in Malawi, specifically in Lwandi National Park, and I cannot wait for it. But before I show you what I am packing, I'm going to show you what I took with me when I went to Manchester a few days ago, but obviously this will be a few weeks now for you. And I thought it'd be best to show you unpacking the bag that I'm taking, just to show you what is capable of the bag. It's by far one of my favourite backpacks that I've used. I bought it off Mountain Warehouse, which I'll link down below if you want to check it out or find one similar that's second hand. But let's get over to the bag and unpacking it, basically. So this is the bag in question. It is a Cabin Max 20 litre bag, and as you can see, it is pretty chunky. I am going to unzip it, so that's my glasses case. So already here on the side, as you can probably see, that's where you would store your water bottle, which I'll definitely need for Malawi. But before I unpack it, I'm going to tell you what I'll be packing inside of it. So I'm hoping to use this bag as a backpack from when I am in Malawi. So it's going to be multi-purpose. It's going to carry some clothes for the overhaul flight, so long haul flight, sorry. And then it's also going to carry my laptop, my camera gear, anything that I need on hand. So for example, any liquids that I may be taking through the airport, as well as change of clothes and anything else that I need, like my passport, money, finances, etc. So let's get to unpacking the bag. Here in the front we have 2 compartments. So in this compartment I had carried my phone charger, as well as some pens for when I did a bit of reading on my trip to Manchester. And then in this compartment here, it's a nice easy zip down one, lockable safe, and then I stored my power bank. So this is an Anchor power bank. I can't remember how much watts this one is. I think it is 40,000 watts, but I'll link that down below for you if you're interested in that one. And then in here we have a lot of storage. So there is a small section here, and then a smaller one here that's netted, as well as a zipper, which I've only just discovered myself. This is quite felt inside, so you could have things like your jewellery, or if you have a small tablet which you don't want to get scratched, it'd be perfect to be stored in there. So let's close those bits up, and then you have this attachment piece. I have not used this yet. I'm assuming this is so you can attach something onto here, so maybe a tag or anything that you might need quick access to, but I just left that in there for now. And then some more little pockets here. Onto the main compartment, if you like. So it is kind of like a small suitcase on your back, the way it opens up. So here we have the inside of the case. I've obviously taken things out, for example, toiletries and underwear out of the case, as they need to go in the wash, / you don't need to see them. But you have another small compartment here, which I don't really use. I'm not sure what to use this for. Maybe cable storage. Down here, I had used this as my toiletries, so I've got some left in here. So I have my moisturiser and my deodorant as well. So this I use as my toiletry compartment, and then this compartment here on the left, I'd use this as my underwear storage. and I packed, I think it was 5 days worth of underwear and socks, even though I was only going for 3 nights. Already it's perfect of storing extra clothes if I need to. But the main big compartment here, this is where I kept all of my clothes for the weekend, basically. I had packed enough shirts and enough trousers, ignore the whole creasy clothes. As I think when it comes to repacking a bag, it can be more chaotic and you probably don't really care as much repacking your bag compared to going before your trip. However, I did have another t-shirt and pair of trousers in here for the gym just in case. So already I had enough outfits to last for at least 3 to 4 days by mixing and matching different tops and trousers. But as you can see, it is quite a lot of storage. And this section here will be perfect for my camera gear, which is this. So this is my little camera shell bag. So in here I have my DSLR, I have my spare battery, that's nicely packed up in here. And then I tend to have some cleaning kits as well in there. And in this shell, I have my 2 lenses. I do have a 3rd lens, but I'm only going to be taking 2, and also my main camera. So I have the Sigma 70 to 300 millimeter lens. This is perfect for long distance shoots. It's perfect for wildlife photography for beginners. I do want a bigger lens just to take more crisp photos as well. Then I have my very old camera, which is the Canon EOS 700D, and this has done me a lot of favours. It's been pretty much around the world with me, from Budapest to North Carolina to South Africa. So it is coming with me once again to the continent of Africa, to Malawi. I just have a 18 to 55 milliliter lens. This is a Canon lens as well, and all of these fit quite nicely into this little compartment. And this can easily be placed in this large pod here. So this will be nice for me, although it is going to be a pain going through customs. I have to take all my gear out, especially at Manchester Airport. But from being a little bit pain off my back, we are going to look at the final part of the bag. So I'm just going to zip it up, and that is the back of the bag. So it does have some nice cushioning here, and one part, obviously like a lot of these travel backpacks now, has a secret compartment. So this is where you can put your passport and anything that you don't want to be stolen. But also it has a 3rd zip, which is here at the top and down to the side. And in here we have enough space to store a laptop or a large tablet if you like. And so I'll be taking my laptop with me to Malawi to use for my photography, my videography, as well as being able to capture anything that I need to and sort out. Finally, we have the clips just to keep yourself balanced on when walking around. And also you can put this onto your suitcase, so the handle just simply threads through. This part here, just above the secret compartment, and then through this bit as well. So like I said, this bag was the Cabin Max Equator bag, and just got some labels here that I thought I'd share. It's got some quite important information on it if you like. I really like the labelling, which just sounds weird for product, you know, with a label you'd be like, get rid of it. But they made it really handy. So obviously these are recycled to begin with. And then secondly, we have a luggage guide here on the back, as well as a bunch of packing tips. There we go. So you can always just pause them if you want to pause them. But I thought that was quite handy how it has a lot of tips for maybe a beginner traveller. And then this tag is quite clever. Now you're probably wondering why it has such a weird shape. And this can turn into a phone holder, which I thought was quite a clever idea, because if you're someone who's traveling long distances, you want somewhere to pop your phone up, it's quite handy to have something to do that. I mean, I do have like a small little tripod for my phone, but if you're watching a film or a TV show or something on YouTube, you now have a little stand for your phone to go in. So I thought that was quite an ingenious idea. And again, this has more information about the bag in it. So for example, this bag was once a plastic bottle. So it has been made with recyclable material. So this is, like I said, from the Cabin Max company, which I bought off from Mountain Warehouse. So I will also link their Instagram and website down below for you to check out. And from here now, I am going to show you the carry-on case that I will be taking with me as well. So here is the case in question, and it's taken up near enough all the table here. So this is a SkyFlite case, and I think it is the smallest one that they had cabin wise. So let's open it up. It is all inside, and it's quite a basic storage compartment. You have two sides here, some more Ziploc style bag. If you unzip this, you're just going to see the hard shell of the case, and this is where I'm going to predominantly be carrying the majority of my clothes for the 3 weeks. So we'll see how that goes, and that will be linked in the video. So by the time you're seeing this video, I'll have a full packing video sorted out. That's how I'm going to be packing for Malawi, or what I'm going to be taking with me to Malawi in a sense. But I thought I'd go over some of my tips when it comes to using just hand luggage. So that is having a small bag and a small suitcase, or in my case, it's quite a small suitcase and a bit of a large bag. With most airlines, you can take a small bag with you. I've known people to take a small backpack, smaller than what I have, as a hand luggage, and then the small suitcase that goes above you in the compartment. So I recommend making sure, if you are going to be taking something like I am, to make sure that both pieces of items are durable and that they are accepted to be taken onto the flight. So that is being placed in a compartment above you, as well as being placed underneath the seat in front of you, So my tips when it comes to packing is to make sure that all of your clothes kind of consistent in a sense. So for example, you don't want clothes that are very mismatchy and you aren't able to create multiple outfits from. And so that is something I have always used, and a lot of people do use that as their number one tip, is to make sure you pack enough clothes where you can actually change outfits, changing tops, changing jumpers, trousers, shorts, skirts, dresses, shoes, etc. However, I'm not going to be wearing a lot of that. Instead, I'll be wearing quite sort of the same type of clothes. So plain t-shirts, some plain trousers. I bought trousers where they can be changed into shorts as well. This is just something that is going to be easy for me to have, and also I'll be able to wear them quite a few days at a time. But when it comes back to clothes for myself, I'm taking a lot of plain light t-shirts, light as in the texture as well. So I might take what I'm wearing right now, but I will be taking a lot of t-shirts. I'll be taking at least one jumper, especially for the flight, and also in case the weather changes a bit, I'll also be taking a windbreaker as well, like a windbreaker sort of light coat in case it gets cold or if there's rain. I will be going during the winter season, so I'm not sure how the weather is going to be panned out for them. Make sure you're packing for the weather. So for me, Malawi is in the southern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere will be experiencing their winter during August. So again, the trousers turn into shorts, easy. I will be taking my walking boots, and I might take also a pair of trainers just to wear something quite comfortable. Taking boot socks rather than normal socks, just so that my feet are comfortable for the long walks that I will be doing. I've already talked about it, so it's having enough small storage compartments for all of your gear that you're taking with you. Even that is like your phone, your charger, any sort of electronics you're going to be taking with you. Make sure you have them organized. So for me, I like to have them all into sort of one bag or one area within the main bag or suitcase that I'm taking. just so that it's easy access and I know where they are as well. And finally, for traveling light, my last recommendation is to wear your heaviest things. So for me, it'll be my jumper, I'll be carrying around my coat as well, because by carrying / wearing my jumper and coat, that creates more space for me in the suitcase and in my bag, and it's just easy to carry, to be honest with you. I think that'll be it for now. There will be more tips in the packing video for you to watch, but I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. If you want to know more about my trip to Malawi, leave a comment down below. I am going to be creating more content about it, as well as content whilst I'm in Malawi. Whilst I'm in Malawi, I probably won't have access to any sort of Wi-Fi because obviously I'll be in the middle of nowhere. However, I have got a lot of pre-recorded videos and posts ready to be uploaded during my time whilst I am there. And I hope you enjoy this video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I might be able to answer them. But once again, thank you for watching this video, and I shall see you next time.